The greatest deceivers in our lives live inside our own minds. We all have many problems which we are not aware of, and we all have many problems we refuse to accept as such. These are what is really killing your mind. These kinds of problems are not just problems, they're a disease, they're a parasite, and they live inside of your mind while they slowly eat away at your subconscious. But every problem has a solution, and every disease has the potential to be cured. Whatever your problem, whatever your flaw, there is a way you can solve it. But first you must be aware of the problem and aware of the severity of the problem. It's in many problems that we find shame. The gambling addict is ashamed of being poor, so they reject their addiction. The smoker is ashamed of their bad health, so they reject their addiction. The alcoholic is ashamed of their behaviour, so they reject their addiction. This list is endless, and you can substitute the problem and the result of shame with any example you want. But let us take drinking as our main example. Many alcoholics are unaware of how deep-rooted their drinking problem is. They may be aware that they drink too much and too often, but they may not be aware of the effects. They may know how the alcohol is defeating their liver, but they may not be aware of the social effects of their problem. This might lead to confusion as they realise that their friends are becoming distant, and people don't want to go out with them anymore when they are drinking. They may not realise how different of a person they are slowly becoming, as they fail to see their rising aggression and lack of interest in anything but drinking. All else may even seem unimportant and unsatisfying to them now. To the alcoholic, I say, tell somebody of your drinking habits. It matters not whether you think you drink too much, but find somebody who rarely drinks or does not drink at all and tell them how much you drink and how often. You will find a lot of truth in their reaction. Ask a couple more people and make note of what they say. It will quickly become apparent that you drink too much. Where too many people go wrong is in dismissing these replies and counting out these people's opinions. The alcoholic may have a stressful life and groan at their stress-free friend saying they drink too much because they don't understand the reasons why. This is shameful. This is to find an excuse for your problems, and we're trying to do the opposite. When you ask enough people, and when you take their answers honestly and with sincerity, you will feel shame in your habit. You will feel like you are abnormal and as though your behaviour is strange and peculiar. This is actually good. Shame must be felt in order to understand that what we suffer with is hurting us. Once the shame has been felt, you must make a decision. Will you try to drown and numb your shame? Or will you use it as a realisation and as a feeling of guilt so that you can progress beyond your current situation? If you simply deny the shame, you will become stuck in the suffering, and nothing good can come of this. If you choose to accept the shame, and thus you accept the problem, you now have a foundation for growth. How you plant new seeds and how you choose to water them so that they can grow is a path you must choose for yourself. But don't deny help along the way. Don't deny shame along the way. The roots you previously felt shame for will one day become what you grew beyond. To summarise today's meditation, the aim was to identify problems we didn't know we had. The way we can do this is to say our problems aloud to people who don't share the same problems. Then, from this, we can realise the actions we must take to avoid these problems in the future so that we can reduce the suffering in our lives.